Morning, good morning. How you guys doing today? Happy Thanksgiving. This video is being posted here on Thanksgiving, and I just want to say season's greetings. I know we're about to jump into our fun period of how the holidays about to come in, travels are about to happen. There's a lot of things that's about to go on to. So for everybody, be safe out there. Have safe travels as you're moving to new locations to hang out with family and friends. It's going to be a good time of the year. But I just want to give a video that I had this thought that I was thinking about, because a lot of my buddies were asking me. I was like, hey, you got plans for a holiday? You're going to be traveling? I was like, no, I'm going to be stationary, but I still got a lot of work. I still need to stay on point. I want to continue to stay in that action mode. And so I started coming up with this idea. I was like, I know during the holiday season, I kind of put myself back when I used to work in corporate America. I used to have this mindset sometimes when I was working there or in the retail channel. My mindset is just let me do my work at the company. Let me handle what I need to do. But I never really took the time to really do extra stuff for myself, like when I was doing personal training and things like that. I never really took the time to actually work on that stuff during the holidays, because I kind of equated the whole time from Black Friday all the way till Christmas and New Year's. Like, all right, that's holiday season, and it felt like that was my personal vacation. Well, as an entrepreneur or someone that's running your own business, or you're running your own company, you cannot do that. So I came up with this thing about 3 ways to stay, to keep yourself in gear and to stay focused during the holiday seasons, to get yourself back in action. Because I know sometimes when we're hanging out like today, we're going to eat a lot of food. I hope you guys eat a lot of food. And then we have tomorrow's Black Friday, so people might go out shopping, or they might go do that tonight. They got stores opening really early now. So I want to think of what can you do to keep yourself in an action mode? And so I came up with 3 things that really helps you out with this time period. And so I just want to throw these ideas out there to give you some little extra encouragement or something to be able to, add on to the plate, so you can continue to keep on staying in action mode and keep being relevant. The first one I want to go through was being self-examination, or self-evaluation, self-examination. This is where I came into play, where you take the time to understand how you work. For me personally, I'm the kind of person that if I set an action plan in order, I can set an action plan, I can have my dreams lined up and everything, but if I don't have the initial motivation to get things done, I can put all that stuff on the shelf and live my normal day. So I have to, in the morning, my morning ritual is critical. I take the time, I look at some videos from Valuetainment by Patrick Betts-Davis. I take the time to listen to some very encouraging words to get me going. Sometimes I listen to motivational speeches just to get my blood pumping, so I can remember, which is going to do my next point, but try to remember my why. That's my critical point. But doing self-evaluation is critical, because I feel like for our generation, my buddy Nathan and I were talking, in our generation, I feel like we really struggle with taking the time to actually answer the questions, what do we want? And I don't really think it's just our generation. I feel like that's a question that people don't ask in general. We just kind of just live and do stuff. We just exist, but we're not actually living. And so my biggest thing is take the time to evaluate yourself. What gets you going? Are you a planner? Are you someone that just flies by the seat of the handle? You just hit the ground running, whatever it may be? Or are you the kind of person that, you like structure, you like getting things lined up properly before you're going? What I could say for self-evaluation, for me, I know personally, I wrote that in my first, I was talking about that in one of my other videos I posted recently, about how, for me, I have to get dressed, get up, and get out. So whenever I wake up in the morning, it's like I'll try to put on a nice shirt so I'm not looking like a slob, because if I look like a slob, then I feel like a slob, and that equates to how I am when I get out the house. And so I try to make sure I put a nice collared shirt, or better, I might throw a blazer on, just to give myself a mental change, so that I know that when I'm about to hit the road and I'm about to get out here and start talking to random people, or just working on something like a small project I might be doing for my business, maybe working on some funnels, doing some things, checking some emails, at least I know I look good, so that the moment I'm talking to someone, I have a lot more confidence when I'm talking to them, making a business contact or whatever it may be. So you got to take time to evaluate what gets you motivated. Are you the kind of person that's like, I got to get my fitness in the morning, or I got to take the time to do my quiet time? You need to evaluate what gets you going. If you don't know what gets you going, then the next point isn't really going to make any point at all. And of course, let's go and go into the next point. Second point we're going to dive into is the why. Remember your why. What was the reason that you were striving towards that particular goal? I want to speak a lot from a fitness perspective, because as you can tell, I'm a very big fitness nut here. I did CrossFit for about a whole year and a half, and there was so much I learned within that time period of doing CrossFit. And with that time period of me doing CrossFit, there's been so many good lessons I've learned about keeping my body intact, make sure I stretch, get my sleep in, make sure my system gets enough time to recover, flush out metabolic tissue to get my muscles moving so I can get right back to my workout. There's a lot of things I had to come to do when it came to doing all this. But the why was that I enjoy getting the fellowship with every other body. I love getting the opportunity to fellowship with other people that were in that fitness mindset. But the biggest thing that got me was like, I want to see my body do something I've never seen it done before. If you know my story, I started off as low as 155 pounds and then jumped into CrossFit, did a little bit of calisthenics in that time period, and I shot my body weight up to 185 pounds. What about right now, averaging about 13 to 12% body fat. Not bad. It could be better. But it was amazing. I was like, you know, that mindset that got me in there. I was like, what's the why? I want to get physically fit. I want to be able to do whatever physical activity, just run up to it and just attack it head on. I'm big about just have fun, enjoy life. And so that was my why. It could be the same way for business. I was like, if you know you have a certain like financial goal you want to set for this year or going into the next year, you need to start those habits now. Perfect example, you have the New Year's resolutions. People come up like, I want to lose weight, I want to get in shape and stuff like that. So they will literally wait until January 1st to start this quest on trying to get in shape. I talk to all personal trainers and even personally, I see it myself that you'll probably keep that goal for maybe till, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, say March. But I'll be honest with you, if you don't have those habits already developed before the time of you're getting officially started, you're never going to do it. My whole fitness story started off with me just doing a simple thing of 10 to 12 push-ups a night. And I got in a habit of doing that for a whole month. And then I started adding more and more and more and more. And then that led me to where I'm at right now, of course, and continue where I want to go. So you got to project as to what's the reason that you're going to be doing this. If you don't know your why, there's no point of you moving on to the next point. All right. But then you're never going to get to the next step if you don't understand the point of the why. But that leads to my third point we're going to get into here, which is, of course, set yourself up for success. So at point 3, set yourself up for success. If you're running a business, perfect example, the smartest thing to do is to go ahead and get things lined up in order before the initial time of your business, you know, so that you can step away from it. If you understand Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant, where he talks about the E, the S, the I, and the B, going into the different quadrants, the biggest thing that you understand for everyone that's on this side, the B and the I quadrant, you'll understand one critical factor that everybody has a form of passive income that's on that side. Their money's working hard for them. Versus if you're on the E and the S side, you're working hard for your money. Now, I can understand if you're self-employed, your biggest system is like, how can I equate that theory and that understanding to my business now? It's like, well, you know, take the time to get your calls prepped up, set them up, getting things lined up there so that when it's time to get back into the office, you're not like, okay, I got to play catch up. You know, you're taking the time to work on everything step by step. Same thing if you're working employee for another company, take the time to get all your stuff lined up here. You know, you're going to go away for the holidays. You're going to come in like being stressed, like, oh, I got all this work to do. Take the time to go and start working on these things. Clear the emails out. Go ahead and check some lists. If you're working retail, get the stuff. Make sure you understand the new promotions coming up because you guys are about to hit a big time period because this is the bulk of when money's being made for the retail channels. I should know. And then if you're self-employed, if you're a business owner, okay, if all of those things, make sure you take the time to evaluate your company properly. Get things lined up there. Get your projections ready. We all know as business owners and everything like that, we have a big time period that's about to come up. It's called tax season. And so we got to get these things lined up properly. So you want to make sure that you get all this stuff lined up now. Because once you come into the new year, you want to be able to hit the ground running. Same thing with investments. Keep out there, keep looking at the stocks, keep looking at your stuff right now. There's a lot of growth happening right now. So it really takes time to be able to set yourself up for success, being able to understand exactly what you need to do. You know, you want to get your business working hard for you versus you working hard for your business. It goes the same thing with your fitness goals. If you got your fitness goals lined up, you want to make sure that you take the time to go ahead and just do a little bit now. You don't have to, if you can't hit the gym at the time period that you want to go and go as hard as you can, it's fine. It's all right. Don't beat yourself up, but stay consistent. Don't get into a habit for like the next 4 days you didn't go work out at all. You're going to hate yourself if you do that. And if you're like me, you're a go-getter, you're going to get back out there and you're going to make things happen. So find the time, set the time for it, and remember your goals. So quick evaluation, let's go over this again. Self-examination or self-evaluation. The next one, remember your why. And 3, set yourself up for success. These are the critical things I feel like we're going to be just some basic steps to get you kind of going, get your mindset back in place so that when you're done with the holiday season, you're done with the Black Friday shoppings, when Monday comes up, all right, we're hit the ground running. We're going to keep moving. We're going to keep everything in progression because you've already set your system up, or you set yourself up for success already. So that when Monday comes up, you're ready to just keep on moving smooth. But anyway, guys, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Just want to pass out that quick little video. Get a chance to check out the like. If you haven't, go ahead and hit subscribe at the very bottom. Give me a like on the page. Put some comments up there about how you guys feel about it. And thank you so much. And you guys have a blessed day. Enjoy your holiday week.